So I watched this video and it was very disturbing, and I had to watch it because in this video I clearly saw a woman having a mental breakdown of some sort, but it was supposed to be a happy moment. And I want you guys to watch this because I want you guys to tell me what you think. I'm going to tell you what I think, but first, let's watch. Now, I first saw this video on a comedian's page. So we're going to go and watch the comedian's like edited version where he inserts himself, and I guess he's making it funny. Like, that was the original video, right? You want to see it again? Let's watch it again. Okay, so you guys saw it. Now let's watch the video where he makes it funny, right? So let's watch that. No, he's a great editor because I actually believed he was there. And that he was really scared of this reaction, and he just did a great job. Like, that was a great job editing, right? So that one is funny, right? So, and sorry for the noise. I had to put music over it for copyright issues or whatever, but you know. What do you guys think happened? I'm going to tell you what I think happened. And I'm going to tell you why I even decided to make this video, because it's very interesting to me, human behavior. And it's also very sad that we live in a world that people can't see the things that need to be seen. And I'm talking about this because this goes under the umbrella of humanity. Before I prolong it anymore, there's a woman getting proposed to, right? I think that this is a clear case of reactive abuse, right? That this woman is flying off the handle because he's making her wait yet again for something so important as a ring. I think that he makes her wait and gaslights her and does all of these manipulative mind games with her. And I think here she lost it. If you pay attention to the video, she's eager for him to put the ring on her finger, but he refuses to do it for like it. He's taking the ring out the box and she's like standing there. Then he pulls the ring out and he just holds it midair. And he doesn't put it on her finger. And then she like redoes this and then he still doesn't put it on her finger. I'm going to play it again and I'm going to slow it down so you guys can see. Did you guys see that? Did you see it? When the video sped up, it seems like it just takes a millisecond. But if you are a smart person or you're used to a certain behavior from somebody, right? And I can relate to this, right? This is okay. So if you ever see like really impatient women, right? You know how I talk about like the black community? I say a lot of the black women are controlling because they can't control that nigga. It's not that black women want to control men. It's that they want the men to do what they say they're going to do. And when you get just a repetitive interactions with somebody who won't take initiative, who won't, you know, propose, who won't pay a bill, who won't drive the car, who won't cook dinner, who won't take care. I'm talking about who won't do anything, but is like in the black community getting praise for being a good man, and the woman being so desperate for a ring that she pretends that he's a good man. Perfect example of this is Remy Ma and Papoose. Now that they're not together, you hear Remy Ma go on live and she's like, yeah, I wanted to make my man look good, so I bought myself a push present, which was a car. Told everybody that he did that for me. Black women deserve their karma. They're aiding in their own oppression. You can't complain about a group of men but still try to keep up with the nonsense. Black women care about appearance. this is how the community looks like we care about blackness collectively, because the black women are narcissistic in that sense. We care about black skin and black girl magic and black power. Just in case, I know that there's white people who are curious about this and other people who are curious about this who are never going to know because people do not speak about it in our community, honestly. Black men are not obsessed with their blackness. They hate their blackness. This is why they do everything outside of taking care of their children, dating black women. They move into tie. They really despise the color of their skin. Black women do not. We are narcissistic in blackness, okay? And I think it's because we birthed them. So despite the rhetoric that is always being perpetuated in the community, like how you have a parent who raises multiple children the exact same way, but they turn out different, black women turn out the way we do because we birthed the children. We actually love blackness. It's a cycle. Black women love blackness. The community is always being taught black power, black over everything, black over everything. The men hear it too. And I've noticed that younger black men are here for it. But there's a point in which the black men who are older get their hands on them and tell them, that's just for the women to fight for us. You can fuck whatever you want to. Whatever way that's relayed to the men, I don't know what point. Like the hatred is in them since birth, because there's a lot of visuals and social media and TV and stuff. But they're like, black men are so codependent with one another, and this is the things that they tell each other in the barbershop. Like, this is the truth. This is the things that black women don't want to hear. They're talking in the barbershop about how their preferences are white women. This is when they're free, because they're telling each other that they're buck broken and that the white man succeeded, and that we hate our black selves. They not raising your children contributes into that, because if you actually tried and attempted to raise your children, I will tell you stories about my baby daddy and how I had to force him to love our children. I had to force him to, and eventually he did, but it was too late. He clearly didn't love them at first because he wasn't treating me right? That's just obvious, but I'll talk about that later. But the rhetoric is only penetrating black women. So this is why we are the warriors of blackness in the community, and the men understand wholeheartedly that that's stupid. The men understand that that's stupid, and you can't get ahead just only talking to black people, and they understand that. Black women do not. Black women do not understand this. And I wish black women would. I wish black women would understand that there's a double standard, and that you're eating up all of this Martin Luther King, Farrakhan, colors. You're eating it all up, and these niggas are not. You even have, I know Dr. Umar's a joke, but isn't he preaching to y'all a certain thing? We know he's a joke now. He will turn around and do the same things he's telling you not to do. Black women, we need to love the black women. He's saying this so that he can soothe y'all and that y'all can send him money. But he don't give a fuck about black women, and these niggas don't give a fuck about black women. But let's continue. This is why a lot of men are getting away with saying, no, the problem is her. The problem is usually the man, but they get the woman dirty. This is what we would call reactive abuse. They get the woman dirty and playing dirty games and fighting them back and looking crazy in public, by pushing them to their limit. And instead of women leaving, instead of women saying, oh no, I'm not dealing with this, I'm leaving, they stay. Because here's the thing, it's like gambling. Being with a narcissist is literally like gambling. Putting all of your money in every time, betting a high price, right? Thinking that it's just this close, because that's what narcissists make you believe. It's this close. It's literally this close, like in the video. He has the ring in his hand, but he's not going further to put it on her finger. It's this close. That was a valid crash out. And the sad part is, when you look at the comment section, there is not one person who understands what they're seeing. Not one person. So that means that narcissistic abuse is not only sick and it can lead you to this type of behavior, it's effective. And not only effective in getting you to act like this, but it's effective in fooling the people who are around, including your close family members, including people who think they know what's going on. It's effective because those people have no idea why you're behaving the way, because narcissists do the sneaky shit in the house, and then it's like the abuse is hidden in plain sight. That is abuse that is hidden in plain sight. You have the ring, you invite everybody, you do all this stuff, you like everybody start recording, and then you hold the ring midair. Do you see how, and in the joke video, how it was funny how he made the joke video because he was genuinely confused, probably. right? I don't know if this man is, he could be a narcissist too. I don't know. But you know, when I talk to the white community about the black community, and the black people want to call me a coon and think that I'm just kissing ass, I think it's extremely important to understand who it is that you're living amongst, right? I do. And the reason that I talk to white people and I let them join the like, some things I'm not going to let white people join the conversation, right? When I'm trying to talk to the people and white people are going, they're doing their best. Shout out to Jenny who blocked me. She literally is 4B movement, fuck the patriarchy white woman. And then when I'm like, I made a video one time and I said, black men use the women in the community to commit violence. And I broke it down in the video, and I was saying that when you see a black man defend a woman against another black man, a lot of the times it's not for her honor. They have a lot of pent up anger and they want to pew pew somebody, or they want to just be violent. They're bored. They don't give a fuck about the quality of life of the woman, because if they did, they would get their own car, they would work, they would do all this stuff. But a lot of women are brainwashed to think that having a black man in your life, it means that you're safe, because they will be the bustle, they will whoop somebody's ass for you. They will, but it's not for the reason that you think it is. It's not because they just love you so much and they're protecting your honor. They just are bored. They want to do something violent, and they use any excuse to do that. So when you think these niggas are like, man, you trying her. No, number one, it's their ego and you're their girl. So they're like, you trying me. And you know, because here's the thing, like, if a man gets really crazy in public and the woman starts to get scared and she's like, okay, baby, it's like, you don't have to do that. He's not going to stop. He's still going to be like, no, I'm a man. It's nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. And in the black community, I think that it's actually a problem. And I've dealt with this with my baby daddy, wanting to put his hands on people just for no reason. It's not for no reason, but it's heightened because they're angry and they want to punch somebody and they want to pew pew somebody. And not only that, they wouldn't have anybody to pew pew or punch if they weren't all doing the same thing. They're all violent. The reason we need protection is not from white people. It's from them. They are keeping up the violence in the hood for the hell of it. Yes, I know that there's a deeper meaning. It's not just for the hell of it. They're suffering. They're in pain, right? There's a reason. But I'm saying that the violence that is perpetuated in the community is, they're fighting each other, okay? They're protecting us from other black men. So yes, we might do need them. This is why I say, like, when I'm speaking and I say it's hard for me in the hood, and I'm talking about black men who are black American, who don't see me as black American. They already have the propensity to be violent and be, grapist and sexually assault you and rob you and do all this stuff. They only have incentive to not do it if you're attached to another man, because they fear each other. They do not fear just a woman by herself. Do you understand? So yes, it makes sense. You're like, oh, I need a man to protect me. But who is the man protecting me from? And then if you're like me and you have these features and you're not American and they know you're not from here, you don't got nobody, it is dangerous to connect yourself to these men. And this is what I've been going through my whole life. I've woken up naked places and don't know what the fuck happened to me. I've been robbed. I've been a lot of stuff. People have tried to impregnate me and I've had to get an abortion and all that, because it is not safe. I have to say to myself, and this is just a side note, anybody who's like, you're just choosing to suffer. No, I'm not choosing to suffer. Black Americans have each other in the hood to perpetuate this nonsense and to protect each other from each other. I'm in the hood. Apparently, I'm not ancestral, but I live here and I'm affected by it because I'm an African booty scratcher. Do you understand? I just had to say that. They don't want to be there, but they're going to use you and the family's honor as an excuse just to be violent, right? Yes, Jenny was willing to say fuck the patriarchy, fuck white men, but she didn't want to say fuck black men. And a lot of the time these women have in common is that they date black men. Black men worship them because they are not as desired by the men in their community. I don't care what anybody says. Jenny was gay. But that goes to the liberals, right? Somebody gave me the verbiage for this. Now it's all making sense. The liberals who are attached to struggle and any cause, like, the liberals are going to turn their profile picture purple. Shout out to, that whole trend with domestic violence abuse. But people can gravitate towards trauma and traumatic events, not just because they want to be supportive, but because it's what they're attracted to. Negativity. I feel like there's somebody in my life, not now, but there was somebody in my life that I knew, they did come closer when I was suffering. If I was suffering, they came closer. And for a while, I'm thinking, oh, they care. But I realized, no, they're attracted to negativity. They're attracted to, it's always something happening, ain't it? You know what I mean? And those women are attracted to, like, the black struggle, just like they're gonna, fight and say that, the community, I'm talking about the rainbow community, is under attack, because a lot of the times people don't care about what them people is doing. Yes, we have different opinions, right? People who are not in the community have different opinions, but then you're accused of attacking them, and then you ask them, how are you being attacked? I'm not saying that they're not, right? Just like I say, a lot of times the black community is not up under all this sufferation that they think they are. It's in their head mostly. I'm not saying that we're not oppressed at all, right? But it's a victimhood mentality, right? So go back to why I said this video, it's ironic that he is pretending for views that he doesn't know what's going on. He probably doesn't know what's going on. Again, I do think it's important to know what you're living amongst, because here's the thing. If white people do care about black people, right? And this is not a black issue. Like, I'm not saying narcissism is only a black issue, but I think narcissism is running rampant in the black community. And I think that a lot of women are suffering from narcissistic abuse. I think that, a lot of women are narcissists based on the way that they were raised. Then they perpetuate it onto their children. And then those sons grow up, and it's like a cycle, and the women do it. But the thing is, I'm not saying women can't be narcissists. I'm saying that our position in society doesn't really allow us to be as much as it allows men to be. So yes, you have narcissistic women. That's actually a problem in the community. These are the women who we complain about when we say we date their sons and they all hell breaks loose, and these women who treating their sons like they're, men, and harassing their daughters, and it's a lot going on in this community. But I think white people should know this, because you're the only people who can help a woman like this. That's it. Black women can say, I don't need help, I'm strong, I'm magical, I'm black girl magic, I'm this, I'm that. I ain't struggling. They can say that all they want to, but when you go in the street and you see a woman reacting like this, it is important to not assume that she is the aggressor, right? Because what you're doing, if you attack this woman and you say, what is wrong with you? Protect him. This sickness, and I'm talking about the man, is going to be able to still go out into the community and hide in plain sight and pretend that he's a good person. This is going to allow more children to get molested. I'm sorry, but this is what's happening in the black community. Children to get molested, more women to be affected by this abuse. These men can marry your children. I'm talking to white people. These men can marry your children. The sickness will go into your family. I know black people don't want to hear this, because black people just go, I ain't been there, I ain't in it. Like, if my daughter marry a 40-year-old narcissist when she's 18, like, that's just what happened. Like, you can help women who don't even know they're oppressed. Here's the sick part. If this video kept going, and after he finished getting enjoyment of her doing all that, and he's going to sit in the party and go, I don't know why she's acting like that. I have no idea. And everybody's going to go, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the comment section is like, man, you dodged the bullet. She crazy as hell. It's a whole bunch of laughing faces. I get for the laughing video. Why? It's a whole bunch of laughing. You dodged the bullet, man. You dodged the bullet. Guess who's still going to put that fucking ring on her finger? He's going to put the ring on her finger, because he's not done with her. And then all of y'all are going to say, he's such a good man. He had hope in her. He had hope that she was going to be a decent wife. That's why he still went through with it. No. You think he's going to let that go? Look how much work he did on her brain she can't even control herself. Look how much work she did. And guess who's going to accept the ring? She is. Because she remember I told you, being with a narcissist is like gambling. You're always almost there. That was a visual... That was a literal visual of being almost there when he held the ring back ever so slightly and didn't put it on her finger. And I just think, just like I say, for humanity, we have to know what actual kindness looks like, so that we just don't let nonsense get through and be effective to affect the masses. You have to know what kindness is. And even a lot of people are blind to think that niceness is kindness. I was just in Prince Ella's live, and she was talking about love. And we don't think, and love is not what we think it is. A lot of people say love is here. The heart is not what represents love. The heart is what represents strength. We know that. We saw The Wizard of Oz, but we always be like, that's my heart. Yeah, love has so much that goes into it. Just like kindness. Kindness is so intricate. Just like they say, if you really love somebody, you'd be willing to let them go. Y'all think love is being codependent and holding on to people. This world doesn't see the things for what they are. You can't really see things. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why people are drowning and suffering. But when I talk about humanity, and I talk about what we need to do to stick together and to be able to defeat this demonic spirit on this earth, because that's what it is, and this selfishness, you have to be able to recognize when someone's actually suffering versus the performance of, I'm not the bad guy. You have to. Because you guys, there's people in charge, especially, and let's talk about white people now. A lot of you are in charge of giving the jobs. A lot of you are in charge. I'm not saying all white people are in charge, but this is America, and black people don't really own shit. I'm not talking about managers in places, and you know what I mean? I'm not saying black people are not in high places. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, though, that Especially a lot of the abuse that happens is in the hood, and all the dysfunction is, I'm not saying it don't happen higher, it does. Y'all cover it up just for an image though. But when it's outward like this, it's usually in low income families. And when you're hiring people and you see a girl at the job cussing somebody out, or you see, I'm not saying this is acceptable behavior, but I just seen a video in Walmart and some ladies following him around, like, you got the right motherfucking one. And then guess who gets the bad rap? Black women get the bad rap because we're angry and we're this. Nah, she's a hood rat. Black men are not intelligent to me. But when I say that, I'm not saying that they're incapable of intelligence. You have to be unintelligent if you think that you're going to abuse a whole race of women because of the patriarchy taught you how to do that. Like, fuck you and shame on you. Right? But the only way to combat this is if black women are not alone in everything. This is why I say black women need to step outside of your comfort zone. Stop talking about cracker this, white this, I don't play with this, don't touch my hair, don't look at me, don't do that. Because they got you doing that. They sticking their dicks freely in white women. They over here screaming black power. You eating that motherfucking shit up. And then they over there fucking white women. That's the closest you could get to somebody is fucking them. Right? They're fucking white women while simultaneously telling you, no, you a sellout, you a bed wench if you date outside your race, you this and that. You're trapped. And I'm trying to help free you. And you need more eyes on you. You need more eyes to see what the fuck is actually happening, because you're not going to tell it. You're too desperate. You're too desperate for a ring from a fuck nigga who's abusive to you. You don't even know you're being abused. Stay woke, guys.